You've been told to step out of your comfort zone. Go out, attend conferences, go to concerts, meet people, network, get connections, get contacts, invest in relationships. But then you go out and you find it hard to make friends or even network, and you come back wondering, does this really work? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you simple things you can do to intentionally network and build meaningful relationships when you attend physical events or conferences. Invest in yourself. This is the foundation. This is very important because in your networking, your ability to present yourself to somebody is first rooted in the awareness you have of yourself, in your identity, in how clear you are on who you are. When your name comes to mind, what comes to mind? When you see your picture or you see anything that is affiliated to you, what do you recognize yourself to be? Invest in knowing yourself and in understanding yourself, because your understanding of yourself builds confidence in yourself. If you don't know yourself, if you don't understand your strengths, you won't be confident enough to put yourself out there. And these tips apply to you even if you're an introvert, okay? Invest in knowledge and information. One of the ways to build your confidence is to invest in knowledge. Have understanding on several topics. Be able to pitch one or two ideas on diverse topics and industries. The investment you give to yourself builds your self-confidence. So when conversations arise in certain rooms and certain spaces, you are not shy. You don't cower because you have no clue about what's happening in that space. But because you have at least basic knowledge of that industry, of that topic, you are able to contribute to a conversation, which makes it easier for you to make friends. Groom yourself. Before you step out to that event, look at yourself in the mirror. Wear your finest clothes. You see, there are certain outfits you put on that increases your confidence in yourself. There are certain outfits you put on that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you feel unbeatable, you feel untouchable, you feel like you are the queen and you are the main character. So invest in that outlook. Take care of yourself, groom yourself from the inside out. These 3 tips are to ensure that you are confident in yourself first. Okay? So invest in your looks. Wear something that makes you feel confident in yourself. If you struggle with choosing your personal style, you don't know what your style looks like, or you've not yet identified what your personal style looks like, then you should definitely check out this video. When you put on that outfit or outlook or whatever it is that you do to yourself that makes you feel confident, you are the main character. You have the main character energy. You feel unfazed with whatever it is that comes your way. So have that outlook whenever you're going to events, okay? Now, when you get to the event, don't stay stuck on your phone or plug in your ears like you're at home. You came all the way to meet people, to learn something, so be invested. Don't attend this event passively. Be open. Let your body language communicate your openness to conversations. So stay open, smile. Okay, wear a smile on your face. I'm not saying you have to show your dentition, but put on a smile that is welcoming, that makes it easier to approach you. Drop your phone, look around the room, make eye contact with people. Participate actively, not passively. If you're at a conference, listen keenly. You know, there are certain things that some speakers say that people laugh and joke about or make side comments. If your partner makes a side comment, enhance that conversation. Like, use that as an opportunity to have a conversation. Laugh as well or smile with them. Something that shows relatability with whatever it is that's happening in the room. Read the room and participate actively. When it's time to clap, clap. When it's time to ask questions, speak. Be the person to pick up a mic and speak. And for introverts, let me tell you something. I used to consider myself an introvert. I used to find it very difficult to reach out to people. Because you're an introvert doesn't mean that you should remain silent. That is not an excuse for silence. You being an introvert should not limit you. Sometimes it will require you to put yourself out there, to be uncomfortable. There are times when we attend events as introverts and our social battery is drained because we attended events. But it's better to, because when you attend events, if you interact with people or not, your social battery will still be drained. So why not just interact? Try it out. If you're an introvert, try out one person per event. Just one person, okay? There are certain people that you might not really click with, and that is fine. As an introvert, there are other introverts in the room. and it is beautiful when you meet yourselves. So walk up to somebody and say hello. Because you are actively participating at that event, it's going to be easier to engage in conversations because you are reading the room. You're not just coming and saying, hi, my name is Wuraola, I would like to be your friend. There's probably something that stood out to you at the event that you want to talk about, or maybe something about them that you really like. I usually start with admiration. I see certain people, there are certain people that catch my eye, and when I see them, I admire something about them. I was at an event recently, and I saw how certain different people spoke on the same topic, and there were certain people that stood out to me, and after the event, I walked up to them, I mentioned something they said that stood out to me. That showed that I was actively participating at the event, and I paid attention to what they said. So don't just walk up to them saying something vague, making it feel desperate that you want to make friends. Read the room and say something that relates to what's happening in that environment. Give them a compliment if that's the best you can do. I'm going to be sharing with you some conversation starters. So if that is something you're interested in, definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on that, okay? Read the room, share compliments, repeat something they said, or share something that stood out to you at the event, and ask them a question about something that stood out to them as well, or one action point that they are taking. It is that easy to start a conversation with somebody. And if you're a good conversationalist, or I would share a video with you on how to be a good conversationalist. You can engage in a conversation, and at the end of the conversation, tell them how you really enjoyed that conversation and would love to connect with them to possibly continue such conversations if that is something they're open to. So it might sound something like, I really enjoyed speaking with you as regards this topic. I feel like there's so many things we might still get to talk about. If that's fine by you, I'd love to exchange contact so we can connect some other time outside this space. Or, I'm glad to have met you and to have this conversation. I enjoy having conversations like this, and I would love to have a conversation with you some other time if that is something you're open to. Give them room to decide and be friendly. It's not compulsory. If they are not open to it, don't push it. Suggest it and leave the room open for them to decide, because it takes both parties for a relationship to work. You're just pushing, trying to meet and connect with people, and the other person is not interested in connecting with you. You might end up getting their contact, and it's as good as you did not meet somebody. When you're meeting people, it's not about the quantity of phone numbers you're able to accumulate. It's about the quality of relationships you're able to acquire. And that can be best decided by relationships. So don't just rush to meeting 500 people or 100 people or 10 people and just collecting numbers randomly without actually connecting with people. Because when you exchange contact, it's easier to reach out and probably refer to the conversation you had to remind them who you are. Because trust me, you might possibly not be the only one who got their number that day. But one of the things that will stand you out from every other person is a conversation they had with you that they probably enjoyed. So don't just rush to meeting so many people without actually building meaningful connection. When you've exchanged contact, follow up after 24 to 48 hours. In the euphoria of the event or the experience that you guys just came out of, reach out to them within that window so it's easier for them to remember you. Because they have their lives, you don't know what their lives look like. They have something going on for themselves, and if you wait longer, you might probably lose touch of that conversation you had. So reach out in the 24 to 48 hours window, introducing yourself with the conversation you guys had or something that you guys spoke about when you met at the event. Who you are, where you met, and the conversation you had. You don't just say hi and expecting them to know who you are or figure out who you are because you are the only one that collected their number. From there, start to nurture intentionally. Whenever they come to mind, send a message. Hi, how are you doing today? I'm just checking in on you. You view WhatsApp statuses. When you view their status and there's something that you can relate to, drop a chat, react to it, say something, spark conversations. When you see something that they're celebrating on their status, respond to it, celebrate them. If it's their birthday, if it's a win, it's an accomplishment, intentionally nurture that relationship. And over time, you get to meet amazing people. Relationships play an important role in the quality of life and success that we are able to achieve. And these things that I shared with you are not figured out in a day or two or attending one or two events. They are things that you constantly practice, constantly learn, and refine as you grow. So intentionally reach out to people, intentionally have conversations, intentionally nurture relationships. And if it's just one person that you met that is a quality relationship, it'll be worth it after all. Okay? If you attend events regularly and you've met amazing people, let me know in the comment section what is one thing that you've done that has made it easy for you to connect with intentional people just like you. And also, you can use the comment section to actually connect with somebody. You can apply these things that I learned in the comment section of this video and get to meet somebody. I'll see you in the comment section, okay? If you are new here, hi, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Wuraola Olalekong, and on this channel, I share practical tips and actionable steps that will help you become a better version of yourself. If that is something you're interested in, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.